Sawate, this is Jeff.
This is David.
And we're playing Chaos Legion. Right now we are doing a level 7. And because we got this guy from the last episode, we're going to be using the Hatred Legion. I like the Hatred Legion. He's really fun. Those guys. They're sort of their main thrust, I suppose, is health and knockback. So they give you bonuses to health.
Okay.
Like, one chance.
And they let you knock people back.
And their main attack is donking dudes over. They come with the most awesomest of all, in my opinion, most awesomest of all moves, which is called Breakdown, which we'll be seeing quite a lot of in the Misty Ravine. Wait,
Misty Ravine.
The story first.
This region has been known as the land of fierce beasts. What awaits Sieg and Arcia beyond the mist is not a force of this world. They must, nevertheless, proceed to Kuzca, the Grand Cave, to protect the forbidden 3 sacred glyphs.
That was a pause. That was a really long pause.
Sorry, I was in a coma.
From that guy's...
Okay, so, coma over. Misty Ravine. Fighting dudes.
Ooh.
It says...
It's not all blocks.
It's not all blocky. It's still gray.
Yeah.
But... It's also sort of sad-sounding music. Here's our Hatred Legions. They just pummel into dudes and like, there's the homie stop, as mentioned in the thread. And they just kind of step on dudes. Basically, they're sort of like linebackers mixed with wrestlers.
So they're basically Hagar from Streets of Rage or whatever that game was.
Final Fight, I think.
Final Fight, thank you. I don't know why I got that wrong.
But anyways, these little guys here, that is the breakdown attack. It does a ton of damage and it knocks dudes back, like so. And it is the best thing to use against. It's the best thing to use against a opponent when you're trying to counter them. Like these guys here, they run at you and they try and slash at you when you're in range. So they're very easy to predict when they're going to hit you. So you just kind of run into them with a good breakdown attack. Like so.
Wow.
At this point, we're strong enough to have one breakdown outright kill the zomdagdas here.
Oh, Blasphemy.
I also have Blasphemy.
I missed you.
Ah, Blasphemy. You're so fun. The Hatred Legion has a few other really nice abilities. Breakdown, which we're going to see plenty of. Breakdown level 2, which we will see in the next level. But spoilers. There's more moves to come. The assist attack that Hatred has is the best in the game in one sense of the word. It's the best in that it's the most unique. It's called Bad Karma. What it does is you hit the little assist button and, oh no, that totally whiffed on that bomb there.
Yeah.
You hit the assist button and then a Hatred Legion pops out for about maybe half a second. And if someone attacks you during that half second, they get countered by the Hatred Legion. What's awesome about this is that it has like a surprising amount of unique animations for different enemies.
Oh, cool.
Mostly it'll just sort of suplex dudes, just kind of grab them and just toss them on the ground.
Nothing wrong with that.
And it has this little victory cry at the end, which is kind of funny. It just kind of raises its arms up in the air. It's like,
are we gonna see that this one or is that
yes, we will see plenty of that in both this and the next level.
Excellent.
Actually was not planning on using Hatred in Stage 8 after Stage 7 here. But after beating Stage 7, I was like, that's fun. I have enough to get Breakdown level 2. So I was like, you know what, I'll just see what happens, Because you might... So basically I took in Hatred and Blasphemy for the next level.
Yeah.
And if you know anything about the game, you might say, that's insane. Why would you not use Malice in Stage 8? But apparently it worked out. We'll go over strategy on Stage 8. In Stage 8, this is Stage 7.
This is
right now, I'm
Stage
just kind of grinding a little experience here. This is not entirely necessary, but it's fun to tackle dudes to death.
These guys endless?
No, they're not endless. Nothing in the game is endless.
This is the spot where you
ground
out all your experience.
Yes, this is an excellent grinding spot. We'll be coming back here later. Much later. We have a bunch of stuff when we can get more experience faster. But for now, our main target is just the Jenon here. So we will just... I died once on this level, which was kind of annoying. Was it just once? Yeah, and it was right here. It was a... sort of like that. It was a blasphemy bomb that kind of whiffed. And the guy continued to attack right through it, but this time it was successful. We got a life max up from defeating that Jenon. It's a large one, too.
There we go.
Now, we do not have the double jump, but behind me, there's a ledge. You can see it on the mini-map, the little yellow dot. There's actually 3 of them over there. That is an attack and defense up large. But you need to have Flaud's double jump as well as Blasphemy to get it. And since I don't have Blasphemy and Flaud, we'll have to come back later to get all that stuff.
Are you just spawning everything in?
Yeah, what I'm doing here is just running to the target. The Galarges there always give you health, so it's easy enough to kill them. I'm not really interested in killing those dudes anymore. I'm just going to be moving on with this area. Basically, this is the same sort of strategy I use for grinding later on, which is attack and kill most of the dudes in that first area. And then as soon as you're like, all right, I'm done, and then just kind of, oh no. Oh no, the rogue Agmas got me with their fire. That is always the case. Chomp down on a little recovery item here.
You have a few that you got after you spent them all.
I do not have any health items from last, so I will have to... I just use a soul recovery, and I will just kick bombs until this guy dies, and then get all my health back, because that's what happens. No! Okay. It's pretty close. Come on, blasphemy. Yes! Now everybody dies. Nom 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 nom. Phantom health nom 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 nom. You can get a large soul recovery item. Oh, that's a new enemy. How about that? Zomdagdas.
Zomdagda?
They're dagdas that have, and that's me failing horribly and getting stun locked by those, I suppose they're called grannues.
Grannues, something like that. Did you just tackle the shield dude?
So the Rudogaria's counter spot is after he swings his shield open, and the best thing to do is to use a breakdown right at that moment. Ow. It took off half of his health, and that bob was just kind of annoying. What I'm trying to do is, yeah, there we go. Took about half his health, and now he's dead.
And then you kick soccer balls at him.
Yep. And that was it. That was the target. So that's the only guy I was trying to kill.
Well, this is going quite quickly.
Yeah, the spike balls are grannues. I guess they're called gill grannues. We'll see the regular grannues, I think they're just called regular grannues. This is another new enemy type. These are the sort of bigger versions of the zomdagdas. These are called guidodagdas, which is a horrible name. It's a horrible name, but they're also, I find them extremely easy because they don't seem to be that aggressive. And that's me stepping on a regular grannue. The regular grannues are the ones that walk around. They're kind of adorable. I imagine they make little sounds like...
Oh, wow! They are cute.
They just kind of walk in a single direction, and then when they hit a wall, they kind of turn around, and then they sort of point at you, and then just walk through the straight line again.
They're spiky Roombas.
They sure are. Yes, they're basically, yeah, they're Delacroix Roombas that he summoned. He summoned Roombas.
They also remind me of that...
But he's like, these Roombas are not awesome enough. I will put spikes on them.
Yes. They also remind me of the... Did you ever see the old Jim Henson movie, The Labyrinth, with...
Well, of course, yes.
Yeah. There's a scene in there
good old Jennifer Connelly. A very, very young Jennifer Connelly.
Yeah. Oh, wait, that's who that is?
That is who that is.
All right. At one point, they pick up a helmet or something like that, and there's a guy's feet dangling out of it. That's what that reminds me of.
Yes. It's very adorable. As you can see, the Rudogarias do not move from where they're positioned. So you can
they're kind of,
you can solve that problem by just sort of walking around them, and they just kind of look at you. Got an attack up out of that, so that's nice.
So they literally can't move?
No, they do not move. They have an attack where they charge at you, and that can move them a little bit, but they do not walk around. They just stay in their spot.
Huh.
I think there might have been a life up around the corner that I missed there. but it was a small one. And the small ones, you can't... Stop laughing. So, like, I turned around, I was like, wait, did I miss something over here? So, I was like, I certainly did. So that was what I was talking about, little life up. I have no interest in killing these guys, though.
No, you do.
I'm just trying to move on, make my way. Alright, we have to fight a whole bunch of guidodagdas here. Guidodagdas, rather.
Yeah.
Little medium experience gem. Those are really not that great. I mean, they're just 50,000. We're going to be abusing breakdown just a little bit.
There you go.
Oh, I love the breakdown move so much. Now, a lot of people prefer the Guilt's ground zero move, which also has a knockback effect. It has sort of an area of effect, so it hits a bunch of dudes, knocks them down.
Right.
When it gets leveled up, which we'll see eventually, it also has a fire effect, so it also burns people. I don't like the timing on that because it's something you have to hold down to charge up a little bit. So you have to hold it down for a good second. You can charge it up while you're doing anything though. Like you can charge it up while you're.
Oh, so it's not like Falcon Punch level up. You've got to just sit there.
You can charge it up while jumping, or you can charge it up while like getting up after being knocked down. The thing is that it's a little hard to time. It has a little bit of a because the ground zero move has a swing to it. So but this breakdown is just forward tackle. Just skadoosh.
And you can do it infinitely.
And you can string them together pretty good. You have to get used to the timing. You can't just keep mashing on the button.
Oh,
the way you
really?
actually do it is you tap forward and square button at the same time. Or rather, any direction. That's the direction you'll sort of ram your head. And if you just spam that, it's not really going to come out, instantly. You just kind of have to realize that after the animation is done and he sort of leans back up, then you can do it again. Now we're going to see bad karma in action.
Like literally?
Yes, we will. This is the assist. I love bad karma. It's so hilarious. I had another death in here where I was just trying to get bad karma to work, and that kept happening. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna kill these dudes with bad karma if it's the last thing I do. And it was. One time. We'll see that later.
Is that what you do for this one, or?
I kill the other one with bad karma.
This one you're just like,
yeah,
whatever.
having died to that very same scenario, not but moments before, I did not want to do that all over again. So we'll try that. It works a lot better on this guy. He cooperates a lot better. Now, your regular sword attacks, of course, don't affect the Danu enemies here, but you can use the sword attack to extract soul out of them in case you're like
free money.
In case you're absolutely out of soul because you need legions to hit them. As good.
3 and it's down. Cool.
And then he's dead.
Nothing
Awesome
wrong
sauce.
with that.
Done and done. We'll be upgrading the. Are we upgrading bad karma? It's not really. You don't really need to upgrade. The upgrades bad karma. It might be.
Ow.
Really Sieg. Those zomdagdas and those little guys just running around. Oh, what are they gonna do? No, I'm not gonna kill any of these guys because I'm not interested. This guy here is not a target, but he does have a defense up small inside of him that we need to get out of him. But we'll kill him after we get rid of the target, so the rest of the enemies are gone.
Oh, so if it's an enemy with something inside of them, they don't disappear?
Well, the monster generator only affects a certain mob of enemies, and it's these enemies here. So you have the Galarges, Guidos, and the Grannues running around over there. Actually, the Grannues might not be part of that, but...
What about the zomdagdas?
The zomdagdas from earlier... Nah, that's too far away. There's another Jenon over there. This is the only one that counts
you ran past it.
This is the only one that counts as the target, so this will open up the gate towards the boss.
So the blasphemy hits a fair distance behind you.
It does. It has a great area of effect.
Now, is that leveled up?
Yes, it should be at this point a level 2 Crimson Carnage attack.
Okay. 2 of 3, right?
Yeah, we can get it. We'll be able to get it up to level 3 at the end of this level here. Actually,
Excellent.
we'll have just enough to upgrade it. Whenever those guys get close, just kick out a little bomb. Get a little attack up for our efforts, which is good.
All that help.
It's important to kind of find which enemies drop the always drop the items that you're looking for, like these small defense, small attacks, because when you come back, see, that did a lot of damage. Unfortunately, now that his shield is gone, it doesn't really have the same. Do not know the counter kill zone, I guess you could say. So instead, I'm just gonna keep running into him with my face. Much like you like to do on video games.
Except it actually worked, and you didn't take damage.
I continued headbutting him in the stomach until he gave me a defense up. Now, on the there's some ledges on the side of this sort of corridor that you need double jump to get up to, and one of those enemies will also give you a defense up, and it'll also lead to a breakable gate where you can find a Thanatos chip. But we don't have that, so we'll have to come back and get that later.
Now, what
This is the
this?
boss. This is Volvor, or Volvor. I think it's probably Volvor. It's just a big armored,
Titany looking thing.
It's an armored thing.
I'm gonna say
One of the walkthroughs I read called it a giant armored yam,
what?
which I guess.
I can kind of.
So it slams the ground.
Feel from
it slams the ground, and then it gets stuck there for a second, and then you can do some direct damage to the armor. You have to get rid of its armor. It has like 3 layers before you can actually get its weak spot open.
Is the weak spot exceedingly squishy though?
Yes, exceedingly squishy, which we'll see. Because there's actually 3 of them. As soon as we chip off some of the armor, we'll be able to see some of the little eyes, I guess.
Oh, cool.
Makes it more like, I don't know, just weak spots.
And there's the shockwave.
Yeah,
You
the
dodged
shockwave.
it
The
that
shockwave
time.
will actually knock the enemies back too. So that's why you want to keep the enemies, which they will spawn forever. They're there so that you have a way to always have soul.
I like the armor showing damage. That's nice.
So these guys will just keep spawning. You keep them back here so that they get knocked over, so that you can have a little bit of uninterrupted armor destroying time. But as you'll notice, you can avoid the shockwave entirely by just standing right next to it, which is counterintuitive. So normally you're like, no, get away from boss bad. Especially Mapanos
Yeah.
taught you to stay away when the shockwave comes by, but you're right next to it, a little bit to the right. The shockwave will actually spawn behind you, and hopefully it'll take all the enemies with it, and you can get even more damage done to its armor.
Excellent.
Because fighting the armor is half the battle.
You still
Literally
jump
half the
as a
battle.
caution, but
So it's a little spin slash here. Malice works really good on this boss. You can just set them down over there, just constantly tap, and they'll always kind of shoot in its direction, especially if you shoot a lock-on bolt onto it.
Right.
Not really interested in that too much. Also because I do not have Malice with me at the time.
Right.
Blasphemy also works really nice. Kick a few every now and then.
Yeah, I have been noticing that.
So like as soon as I...
Well, that's because blasphemy is really good against armored units,
Yeah.
correct?
Blasphemy is good against everything. So
Right.
That's why.
That's true. I don't know why
And
I find that
breakdown.
so particularly amusing, but I really do.
Come on, corral him. Gotta corral him back. There we go. We'll get sent flying. This armor is taking a lot of damage. Alright, we got 2 spots down. We can start seeing a little bit of a weak point there.
Yeah.
There are 3 of those yellow orbs.
So it's like a chitinous armored face. Is that what we're going for?
Something like that. It's just a weird thing.
I like
It's
it.
almost like a really, I guess, like a highly evolved armored version of the flying Jenons we've seen earlier.
All right, much. I see a face, but I see faces and things.
There's one more level of armor. It's just one last sort of eye thing we can get out of that.
The top one?
Yeah. It's the last little piece.
So it's basically got an exposed brain stem with 3 little bits.
Yeah, something like that. It's
there
got
it is.
some gooiness to it.
Ooh.
Now we're doing
That
some
is
real
some
damage.
squish.
That we really want to hit right in the middle eye because the splash damage will hit the other 2 as well. Now that its eyes are open, it'll change its attack very slightly. It will add a laser blast, as these bosses are wont to do.
Lasers are fun.
It will shoot 8 times, and I really don't want to get killed by it, so we'll just kind of chomp down a little herb here. It'll shoot 8 times, so just kind of walk to the left, and you'll be okay. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then jump slash, you can get all 3 of them in there. That is the best. Fortunately, it whiffs a few times. It's so frustrating when it whiffs. But when when your jump slash hits all 3 of them, it does quite a bit of damage, and then it just gets more and more as time goes on.
There was speaking of whiffs being frustrating, that game I was telling you about that I've been playing that's terrible but great.
Mm-hmm.
Like most units have like a 75 to 85.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Okay.
75 to
cool.
85% chance of hitting normally.
3, 4, 5, 6,
But
7,
they
8.
miss over 50% of the time.
Slice. Come on. Get the eyes. Get the eyes.
So yeah, whipping is frustrating.
Alright, that's pretty good. Alright, now we can let Blasphemy do the rest.
This boss is ridiculously
There
underwhelming
we
compared
go.
to the last.
Just
Really
kick a few
cool, though.
bombs to it. Yeah. This is an easy boss, comparatively speaking, especially like compared to Mophanos,
Yeah.
crazy plant thing. This is not a Thanatos piece, actually. Bring out the linebackers for a little celebratory.
Yay.
This is a spiritual gem. There are 7 of these? 6 or 7. Well, there's exactly as many spiritual gems as there are legions. And guess what that does?
It upgrades them?
Yes, it unlocks their hidden potential. So we get level 4 force, enchant, assist, and level 9 and 10 attack and defense.
What?
Currently, they only go up to level 3 and then level 8. But you feed him a spiritual gem and you can get the last levels on all of them.
Crazy.
Those are the ones that take experience points. Now let's see what happens when a blasphemy does not actually interrupt the animation on above like that. You just die.
There you go.
You just die. That's what happens. And this is what happens when you try to get the counterattack. Because you're just like waiting for it to attack, but then it does like slaps with the wrong hand. I'm like, all right, we're cool. Or nope, we're not cool. All right, that didn't work at all. See you next time when we play level 8, stage 8. I'm sorry, stage 8.
Stage.
On Let's Play Chaos Legion.